Good afternoon. Got my thinking cap on. So if anyone didn't see this yesterday, I'm trying something new today. Welcome to the Perfume Puzzles. Essentially, what I've done is I've come up with 4 fragrance-related games. Now, unlike the quiz I did the other week, I don't know the answers to these either. I've got AI to generate the questions for me so I can play along with you. And yeah, the games are essentially my idea, but I don't know anything else other than that. So what we'll do today, I'm not going to sort of hang around talking too long about it. But what I'm going to do today, I'm going to put the sort of questions on the screen based on what we're doing. And then you can see how I think through it at the same time as you. And then we can sort of do it together, essentially. So that's the plan. Hopefully they're not going to be too difficult. I know some of my quiz questions were very, very difficult. So yeah, what we'll do, we'll get straight on with the first one. And yeah, I'll just quickly explain the rules. First game I've come up with, we're going to call this the fake fragrance game. So essentially what I've got is I've asked AI to come up with names of 3 fragrances. 2 are actual fragrances, 1 isn't actually one that exists. Hoping this should be quite easy. If you know your fragrances, we should know most of these. So yeah, essentially we're trying to spot the false fragrance, the made up name of a fragrance, the fake fragrance. And yeah, we're going to just work through them. I'm going to show a couple on the screen at a time. And yeah, then we'll go through the answers once we've done all of them. I believe I've done 5 for each sort of round today. So yeah, let's get on with that one first. And so round 1, so we've got Yves Saint Laurent La Louis Delon, hard to pronounce, Dior Sauvage Eclipse, or Giorgio Armani Acqua di Gio Profumo. Well, I'm pretty certain, I don't know about you, I don't think I've heard of Dior Sauvage Eclipse. Got a little, I think they've got a little, yeah, what they call it, an accent on the top of it as well. There's Elixir, isn't there? Dior Sauvage Elixir, but I don't think there's a Dior Sauvage Eclipse, but I do quite like that name. So I'm pretty certain there's a La Nuit de l'Homme. I think that's cardamom. I think that's a strong cardamom phrase. And I think Profumo's slightly more modern flanker of the original. I think it's slightly more winter based. Don't know, but I'm pretty certain I've heard of that one. So that's what I'm going to say for the first one. Number 2 is false. Right, let's do round 2. So Prada Luna Rossa Carbon, Dolce & Gabbana Intenso, and Gucci Vela Essence. I think the third one's fake, isn't it? I'm only saying that because I think Intenso's like a brown coffee fragrance. I think the bottle's kind of like the light blue fragrance, and it's like, sort of brown. Yeah, I think it's a coffee-based one. And Prada Luna Rossa Carbon, off the top of my head, is one of those typical blue fragrances. I think I had a tester of that once. So yeah, I'm going to say for the first 2 questions, number 2 for round 1, Dior Sauvage Eclipse doesn't exist. And round 2, number 3, Gucci Vela Essence doesn't exist. Right, let's do the next ones. Okay, so round 3, Victor and Rolf Spice Bomb, Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé, and Burberry Amber Horizon. Right, Victor and Rolf Spice Bomb is definitely one. They've done loads of flanks of that. I believe that was a real complicated. It's in like a grenade bottle, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think I really liked that one off the top of my head. I think Spice Bomb Extreme was nice, but Spice Bomb was very, yeah, a bit juvenile again for me. Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé. Well, I know there's Givenchy Gentleman. This is where I'm a little bit worried. Is this like a made-up flanker they've put here? Burberry Amber Horizon. I don't know a lot of Burberry fragrances. Burberry Horizon. Burberry Horizon. Burberry London. There's Burberry Brit, isn't there? And then I believe there's Burberry Touch that I know off the top of my head. Don't think I've heard of Amber Horizon. So what I'm going to say for number 3, I'm going to go with Amber Horizon's not the real fragrance. Right, so number 4, Jean Paul Gaultier Le Mola Parfum. It's definitely that. Versace Eros Flame. I believe that's in a red bottle, isn't it? I think the Eros is blue and Eros Flame is in red. Hugo Boss Noir Absolu. It sounds good. It's either 1 or 3 here. I think Le Male Le Parfum is 1. It's just whether it's Le Parfum. There's so many Le Male fragrances that have been out there. Is this a confusing one? I'm going to say again, number 3 is the false one. I've not heard of Hugo Boss Noir Absolu, but prepared to be wrong. And then the last one then, Mont Blanc Explorer, Hermes Terre de Hermes Eau Intense Vetiver, Ralph Lauren Blue Summit. Definitely Mont Blanc Explorer. Hermes Terre de Hermes Eau Intense Vetiver. That looks very long. I've got a feeling there is a Ralph Lauren Blue Summit. It can't be 3 again, can it? There is a vetiver, a Terre de Hermes vetiver clone, I'm sure, or not clone, or a flanker. I don't know if it's this one though. I don't know. I'm going to say number 3 again. I'm going to say three's Falls Blue Summit. I just don't know Ralph Lauren fragrances. I know Polo Red was a popular one I want to look at. I believe that has ebony wood in it, or red intense or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. There is a blue one. I know they're in a blue bottle. There's definitely fragrances like that, but I don't know if it's called Blue Summit. Right. Should we go find out what these answers are? Have you got all yours? That's the main thing. Let's hope we got 5 out of 5. Do you agree with me, of course? Right, so what I've had to do, again, to be absolutely honest and make sure I'm not cheating, I've asked ChatGPT to essentially put the answer in a Word document. It didn't let me do it for this one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to scroll down in a minute and it's going to tell me which ones were the right answers. So for round one, which was the one we said Dior Sauvage Eclipse, or that's what I said anyway. Yeah, Dior Sauvage Eclipse was the one that was fake. So real Sauvage flankers exist like Sauvage Elixir, but not Eclipse. We got the first one right. Round two, the one that was fake, Gucci Vela Essence. We got that one as well. Right, round three, Burberry Amber Horizon was the fake one. So far we've got 3 out of 3. Not a real Burberry release, that's all it says in brackets. Round four, the fake one was Hugo Boss Noir Absolute. No such flanker. Boss has bottled variations, but not this one. Okay, so 4 out of 4. We said Ralph Lauren Blue Summit, or I said Ralph Lauren Blue Summit was the fake one here. Oh, it is not part of the Ralph Lauren lineup, invented. So that's interesting. So I've got 5 out of 5 there. I think they tried to trick me by putting a lot of the answers as number 3, but yeah, there's some good names, some interesting names. It'd be quite interesting. We should do as a video at some point, come up with our own fragrance brand sort of flanker names. Maybe come up with some different ones to improve some sort of iconic phrases. Can we make a better name for them? But yeah, hope you got 5 out of 5 there. I'm pretty chuffed with that. Problem is, it's going to get a little bit harder. So let me explain the next game. Okay, so basically I'm going to set a 2-minute timer in a minute. The next one is a fragrance scramble word idea. So essentially what I've done is I've asked ChatGPT to come up with sort of, or scramble up, mix up the letters of 10 popular designer fragrances. And then we've got to essentially rearrange the words and yeah, essentially see if we can work out what they are. So I've tried to pick popular ones so we all know what they are. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the first 5, and that's what we're going to do to start with. Again, I don't know the answers to these. They've put them in a document. And just looking at them briefly here, I think it's going to be quite difficult. So yeah, what I'll do now, once you see the next clip, I'm going to start the timer. I'm going to put the first 5 on there so you can see it at the bottom. Essentially, you've got to rearrange them and see if you can work out what the popular designer fragrance is. Yeah, you definitely need your thinking cap for this one. So a bit of a disclaimer here. I did have a go at it. I just recorded it. Then I realised ChatGPT aren't quite as good as they say they are. Number 1 was meant to be Dior Sauvage, okay, and they spelled it Doar Sauvage, and they put Savagey. So I'm having to redo this clip now. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you sort of the first five anyway. This looks a little bit easier, but that's fine. I don't mind this being a little bit easier. They haven't scrambled them very well. This one's failed a little bit, but I've mentioned the game and I want you to have a little go at it anyway. There's nothing wrong with being a winner at all. We all want to be winners sometimes, so I think we hopefully should get 10 out of 10 here. But we'll stick to the 2 minutes anyway. But number 1 has got to be Dior Sauvage now. They've corrected it anyway. So I think number 1 is Dior Sauvage, looking at that. Number 2, it's Chanel, isn't it? Is it Coco? No, it can't be Coco Chanel, can it? I don't think it can be Coco Chanel because there's only one O. I bet they've got it wrong again. 100% they've got it wrong again. But anyway, maybe it's not. Maybe I'm wrong. Number 3 looks like Paco Rabanne 1 million. Number 4 is one of the Aqua de Joes, isn't it? But what one is that? It's not Profumo, is it? Profondo? No. Ooh. Or is it... Wait, what's the name of the brand that does it? I've forgotten. Anyway, I think it's an Aqua de Joe, but I don't know what the flanker of it is. Next one's got to be Hugo Boss Bottled. So there my was. It's number 3. I can't seem to understand. What am I missing? Aqua de Joe. Right, I give up. But anyway, we'll find out in a minute. Let's do the next 5 first. Right, so number 6, definitely Paco Rabanne Invictus. I can recognise that one. Number 7, well, they haven't scrambled that very well, have they? Hugo Boss are already there. The Scent, I'm assuming. I've never heard of that one. So if anyone knows that one, let me know. Maybe it's not that now. Number 8. Ooh. See, I think it might be Versace, but there's 2 V's in it. This game is massively fouled. I think it's Eros, isn't it? Number 9 is Ted Hermes, and number 10 must be La Nuit de l'Homme by Yves Saint Laurent. Right, let's have a look at the answers. Let's just see what they've put, because I think they've put some spelling mistakes in this. So yes, you'll see the answers now. They have definitely massively failed because they've put 2 V's for Versace Eros for number 8. But anyway, let's go through the ones. So it's Dior Sauvage number 1, Chanel Coco Chanel number 2. So we spotted an error there already as well. Paco Rabanne 1 million number 3. Giorgio Armani. They probably didn't spell it right anyway, let's be honest. But it was an Acqua di Gio. I forgot that was the... How did I not know that? Hugo Boss bottled, Paco Rabanne Invictus, Hugo Boss the Scent, it was the Scent, Versace Eros, Hermes Ted Hermes, and Yves Saint Laurent La Nuit de l'Homme. Well done if you got that, because they tried to trick us there. But yeah, I'll be telling them off when they try and roast me again. We'll get our revenge. So well done if you did do that. What we're going to do then, we're going to go on to the next challenge now. I'll explain the rules. So game number 3 is one that I've kind of just faffed around with. Essentially, I want you to grab a pen and paper if you haven't got one already and write A to Z on your bit of paper. What we're going to do 2 minutes again. I want to see how many fragrance brand names you can get in the alphabet. Don't have to do this in order. I'm going to try and do it as much as I can in order. So, for example, A Azzaro, B Bentley. So I've given you the first 2 there, and I just want to see how many you can get, and I'm going to do it at the same time as you. So 2 minutes to try and get as many as we can. I'm already sort of like half thinking about it as I do it, but I know I'm going to forget some obvious ones. So yeah, hope that makes sense. Essentially, how many fragrance brands can you get from the alphabet in 2 minutes? Game on. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So I'm going to go Azzaro, Bentley, Creed, Dior. I'm sure there's like an Emmanuel Ungaro, so I'm going to do that one. Probably just made that up now. F, Fendi. G, Givenchy. H, Hermes. I think there's like an Initio. J, Dupe. K, Killian. L, come on, there must be loads for L. Don't look at your fragrances, Harry. Can I count Lush? I'm putting Lush. M, because I do a lot of Lush fragrances. Moschino. N. Oh, N. No, can't get N at the minute. O. So this is, my head goes. The minute I get one wrong, it's gone. P. Oh, let's do T, Tom Ford anyway. R. Oh, no, what's going on? S. Oh, I was going to do Calvin Klein. I've already 40 seconds to go. I hope you're doing better than me. I'm struggling. It's gone. Y could be Yves Saint Laurent. Oh, no. It's 15 seconds. Come on. Salvatore Ferragamo S. 8 seconds. Oh, there must be loads for R. N. Nasonato. Right. Is that the timer up? It is. How did you get on there? I'm going to count how many I got, and then we'll see what you've got. Okay, so yeah, I want you to comment below on the ones that you got here. The ones I didn't get were O, P, Q, R, U, V, W, X, and Z. So I got Azzaro, Bentley, Creed, Dior, Emmanuel and Garo, which I believe they did a nice like vodka scent. I never bought it, but I do want to look at that one again. I think it's a black bottle with like three, like the Roman numerals number 3 on it. Fendi, Givenchy, Hermes, Initio, Dupe, Kilian, Lush, Moschino, Nascimato, Salvatore Ferragamo, Tom Ford, and Yves Saint Laurent, which means I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 of 26. I bet you did better than that, didn't you? Anyway, we've still got time for one more game, but please comment below on the ones that you got, because I'm very intrigued to know the ones I've forgotten. I'm sure there's plenty. I don't even want to open my fragrance drawer just because it's going to annoy me too much. Final game is Two Truths and a Lie. I don't trust them anymore anyway, to be honest with you, but essentially what I've done is I've asked them to pick sort of 5 popular fragrances, and I've told them to give me 3 statements, and essentially 2 of them are true and 1 of them is a lie. Okay, so the first one we've got is Dolce & Gabbana, the One. So, as you can see on the screen, it says, Dolce & Gabbana, the One. It is known for a warm blend of tobacco, amber and spices. I've never owned this fragrance, by the way. Number 2, it was originally released in 2008 as a flanker to Dolce & Gabbana Pour On. Number 3, despite it being a designer scent, is often compared to niche fragrances for its complexity. That's a bit of an opinion, isn't it? Anyway, what one do I think's not true there? Has it really been out since 2008? I don't think it's... Is it compared to... I think number 1 statement's true. I think it's tobacco, amber and spices. I think it is a sort of night fragrance, isn't it? Don't think it's the strongest performer when I've looked at fragrance reviews of this. Let's go number 2. I don't think it was a flanker. I think it's come out in its own right. So yeah, be interested to see what they come up with. Okay, so the second one, Paco Rabanne Invictus. So number 1, the bottle is shaped like a trophy. Pretty confident that's true. Number 2, the scent is dominated by a salty marina cord and sweet tonka bean. I've never owned this one again either, but I think it is quite juvenile, so it wouldn't surprise me if that's the case. It was first released in 2018 as part of the Paco Rabanne's Victory collection. Ooh. Is it a salty marina cord? I'm now doubting myself. I'm going to say number 2 is false. I wonder if it's not sweet tonka bean. That's what I'm going to say, because I think Victory Collection does make sense. Whether it was 2018 though, did it come out sooner than that? No, I'm changing my mind. I think it may have come out sooner than that. I don't have a clue there. That's going to tell. I'm looking forward to find out the answer to that one. Right, number 3. Eau de L'Homme. I've never owned this one. Again, a fragrance I really wanted to try over the years. Never tried it. It is recognised for its powdery iris and soapy clean vibe. That's true. That is the reason I wanted to try it, actually, because people say it's a good office scent. Number 2, the fragrance was launched in 2016. Maybe. Number 3, its composition focused on leather, oud, and incense as the dominant notes. Well, that contradicts number 1, so it's got to be number 3 is false. What do you think? Versace Eros. The name and bottle design are inspired by the Greek god of love. It's got some sort of god on it, hasn't it? 2, it's a sweet minty vanilla heavy fragrance and popular in nightlife settings. Yeah, I think so. And then number 3, it was launched as the brand's first ever men's fragrance. No, see, I think... Oh, what's the one I always buy? I've talked about it loads recently. Versace, they had the Dreamer, blue jeans. I don't think... Yeah, I think they were definitely before then. Certainly the Dreamer. So number 3, I'm going to say is false again. Okay, so the final one, Creed Aventus. So number 1, often described as a pineapple smoky, has achieved cult status in the fragrance community. I think that's true. I think people moan that certain batches are more pineapple-y, some are more smoky, and I don't know, reformulations are. To be honest, I've only tried this once in a shop, and I didn't particularly like it. I didn't think it was anything special, but that's just me. It was released in 2010 to celebrate Creed's 250th anniversary. That seems a long time, but maybe it does feel like an older brand, a more grown-up brand. Number 3, it's widely recognised as Creed's very first fragrance release. One of them's telling porkies, isn't it? I think number two. 250 just seems far, far too long to me. So I'm going to say number two is the lie. Right, let's find out the answers. Okay, then, so let's have a look at what the answers were. So, Dolce & Gabbana the one, the lie was it was originally released in 2008 as a flanker to Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme. It was launched in 2008, but it wasn't a flanker, it's its own line. Quite like that one. This is a good game, this one. So Paco Rabanne Invictus, it was first released in 2018 as part of their Victory collection. That was the lie. The truth is it was launched in 2013 and it was a later flanker line Victory. Okay, interesting. It has been out longer than I thought. Prada L'Homme, this one was pretty obvious. If you knew it was Iris, you knew it wasn't going to be leather. So yeah, leather was the thing that isn't true. Dominant notes, Iris, Neroli, Amber, powdery, soapy chords. Sounds very much my sort of fragrance, that. Definitely one I want to try. Versace Eros, the lie, it was launched as the brand's first ever men's fragrance. We knew that, didn't we? Versace L'Homme came out in 1984. It's old. And then the last one, Creed Aventus, is widely recognised as Creed's very first fragrance release. That was the lie. Creed has been releasing fragrances since the 18th century. Aventus just became their most fragrant, most famous. Certainly famous, that's for sure. That was a better game. At least we didn't seem to have any fails in that one. Well, not that I think they did anyway. But yeah, let's sort of do a bit of a roundup and give my final thoughts on how it went today. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed doing that quiz as well. I think in future I might maybe make the questions myself, a little bit like I did with the quiz before. But it's great. I like coming up with different ideas, different fragrance games, and actually just testing your knowledge. There's so many fragrances out there, and to be honest, sometimes what's really nice with looking up these things is it makes you think, oh, like Prada L'Homme. I might go and buy that one as well. So if there's anything you've gained from it today, whether you're stressed out now because you didn't do as well as you thought you were going to do, you did amazing. Hopefully it's reminded you of some fragrances that are out there that maybe you want to try over the next few months. I know for certain Versace Eros and Prada L'Homme are two that I've never tried, very popular. I would like to give them a try at some point. I do as much as I like finding different scents, I'd like to try some of those mainstream ones as well and just see if the hype really is real. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this one today. Sorry about the mistakes from ChatGPT. We'll make sure we get them back soon with a roasting. Catch you later.